Seal that crack! I'll glue it shut with quickset silicone. Long haul, load those chemicals into my mixing drum.
Folks! Welcome back to Magnus's Loot Crate. I'm your host, as always, Magnus Deacon. Now folks, today we're taking a look at the Newage H31 Carcel and H32 Morbus. More of the same, different company. We're going to do something a little extra special in this review, especially since not too long ago you saw the very same two reviewed in a Magic Square set. So you know what that means. I'm going to have to let you take a special look at both side by side. But folks, that's enough preamble. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. So folks, here we have the Newage H31 Carcel and H32 Morbus on the turntable in their clamshell. Now folks, I have to say, it seems like Newage is really going for a minimalist approach as far as, accessories and other things like that in the clamshells. I can't really argue with that. I don't mind it so much because it keeps the packaging light. But I definitely like these two. You can probably already see just from the clamshell itself a couple of things that I might nitpick at, but don't worry, it gets better as it goes along. But folks, there they are in their clamshell. Let's go ahead and take those two out of that clamshell, stick them on the turntable, take a good look at those bot modes.
You shall have the proof you require. Energy we could use to destroy the Autobots. Get it? Get it?
So folks, here's Newage H31 Carcel and H32 Morbus on the turntable in their bot modes. Now folks, where do I start? There's a couple of nitpicks I have here. First nitpick, and this one may be kind of obvious, maybe it's not, but I'm not really all that sure about the prongs on the end of Scrapper's bucket, his loader bucket. 3 of them fold over and 2 of them stay in the exact same position all the time. Now that kind of, I don't really see that. That just doesn't look right to me. Maybe it does to some of you guys, but it doesn't to me. Second thing, and I have to knock a couple of points off the posability for this, but Mixmaster has no ankle rocker, and that's a disappointment. Otherwise, these two look really good. Their paint job is excellent. So, but there's a couple of, I'm going to point this out mainly in the up close and personal, but I'm just going to save it for that. Folks, let's go ahead and stick these two on the scale, see how much they weigh, and then we'll take a look at that up close and personal. So folks, now that you've seen Newage H31 and H32 Carcel and Morbus on the turntable in their bot modes, time for that up close and personal. Starting with the ever-present destruction manual. Now, I said some bad things to Magic Square about theirs. I haven't tried this one yet. Keep that in mind. I may be saying bad things about it later. They also come, of course, like we expected, with the little horns. I don't know why that gives me such a giggle, but it does. They also come with 6 of these Energon cubes. Now folks, it's not quite as bad as it was with their Insecticon set, but these feel gummy to the point where if I had one in hand, I probably wouldn't be paying attention. I'd just pop it in my mouth thinking it was chewing gum. Naturally, folks, they both come with their little pew-pew blasters. as per usual. Now, people, I keep seeing that I'm supposed to be getting trading cards with these guys. I haven't seen a single trading card with any of them so far. I'm disappointed. Folks, we're going to start with their version of Mixmaster, Morbus. There he is, folks. I actually kind of like the way he looks, but I also like that the whole top frame can turn and his head goes with it. So you can actually have him looking off in other directions. I can't say much about a head tilt up or down in either direction. That is kind of disappointing, and there's no ankle rocker that I can see because his feet is kind of hollow up to about right there. So I am kind of disappointed with that. But they did kind of make it up with Carcel. And folks, there he is. Now, I'm going to say this one's got me shook, as people like to say. And I'm going to show you why, because it's something very, very unexpected out of a Legends figure. He's got a knuckle pin. You can open and close his hand. It's not permanently in the, I'm holding the gun. You can actually take his hand. You can probably see the pin in the knuckles, and you can open them up. That's a first that I'm aware of. That's a first. And I've got an awful lot of Legends figures and all that. This is the first time I've had one that I could open their hand without having to swap it out for a whole different hand. I'm shook, folks. I'm shook. But you know what? Let's get even more shook while we're thinking about it. Because before we go into their alt modes, I'm going to show a comparison turntable with each individual one. Well, this one and then the others. Both of these from Magic Square and Newage, and then the other two. Just to give you an idea what they look like together.
Round one. Fight!
So up first on the comparison turntable, here we have the Newage and the Magic Square versions of Scrapper. Now folks, with this turntable, you can more easily see the differences. As you can see, the Newage version's more brightly colored, and the Magic Square is a bit more drab. But then you also have the fact that Magic Squares are a bit taller and quite a bit beefier. And like I said, you can probably tell on the loader pan that they've both got it different. Magic Squares has all the prongs out. Newage just has 2 static and 3 that fold over. I do like the colors better on the Newage, I will admit. It does look cartoon accurate, I guess is the best way. But for my Devastator, I'm glad I picked Magic Square because that one's going to be a bit more beefier. Now let's go ahead and swap these turntables.
Round two. Fight!
So folks, now we have both of the Mixmasters on the turntable in a comparison here. First things first, I'm not even going to go over the colors and any of that. Yes, Magic Square is taller and beefier. That's not the point here. The point is, take a careful look at the feet. Magic Square did a far better job on the feet, I must admit, because Newage's feet are just hollow. Now that's going to take a couple of points off on the posability because he's got no ankle rockers. Magic Squares does. So, like I said, he's going to lose some points for that. And if you remember my Magic Square review, their Mixmaster has the extra barrel on the back that makes you able to swap out the big vehicle mode barrel for the flatter one for his back. Although I will say, and you'll see it in the alt modes, I'll mention it there, the barrel on the New Age isn't to be counted out, and I'll show you why. But folks, there we go. That's your comparison turntable. So folks, now that you've seen the comparison turntable for both sets, let's transform these two up. Take a look at those alt modes.
Now, phase 2.
And finally, folks, here we have the H31 Carcel and H32 Morbus on the turntable in their vehicle modes. Folks, I have to say, I definitely like the vehicle modes on these. They were simple enough to get to. All the other things that counted against Mixmaster, those kind of disappeared just a little bit once you see, and I want you to look very carefully, the barrel on his back is collapsible. It collapses in bot mode, extends in vehicle mode, and if I'm not mistaken, bear in mind I could be totally wrong, but I think it even extends past that for the combined mode. Now, don't shoot the messenger. I think it is. I can't wait to find out personally. But folks, they definitely look good. I would highly recommend these two. Folks, that is it for the Newage H31 Carcel and H32 Morbus. Let's go ahead. I'll do my thrills, chills, and shills, and then we'll go ahead to that final verdict. So folks, that is it for the Newage H31 Carcel H32 Morbus. Folks, don't forget to leave a like on the video, share it to your friends, subscribe to the channel. Get a little more Magnus in your life. I know you could use it. Folks, don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know which one of these two sets you want to get and what you think of these bots in particular. Don't forget to check out the description where I keep the Magnus merch. Leave me ideas for, leave me ideas for stuff you'd like to see in my videos in the comments too. That's one thing I really need to start doing, is getting a little more input. See what you guys would like to see. And folks, I will see you next time.
Has the Imperial Magistrate reached a verdict? I have.
Buy this figure and more at ShowZStore. Links in the description.